What's up, you guys? It's been a while. I've been very busy with real life things, but I come with an awesome review of Gladiator II. Wow, that rhymed. And I just came back from a press screening for it, and I am so glad that I got to see this early, and it was on my list to see this year, in all honesty. Everything about this was perfect. I genuinely enjoyed it, and I think that Ridley Scott did such a perfect job of bringing some flavour and some elements from the first movie into this one, but without it being too, nostalgic or nostalgia bait for the people who absolutely love Gladiator 1. I feel like the story and the continuation of the story and the characters that you do know from Gladiator 1 into Gladiator 2 was very well done. I think Paul Mescal's performance, Denzel Washington's performance, actually the whole cast was stellar in every single way, and I'm so glad that the trailer doesn't spoil a lot of what happens in the movie. The film goes through a huge journey, and it has a lot of different elements that bring it together, and at every single moment you're enjoying, whether it's the cinematography, the score, the acting, the action, and then Roman drama. I don't think it's doing a disservice to the first movie. If anything, it really does really well with the continuation of it. A lot of the things that happen are kind of surprising. It's so nice to see a lot of the elements from the first movie work well in this, but be done with a fresh take and with newer flair, and with Ridley Scott's things that he's gained across the years since the first Gladiator movie. A lot of people were mocking the trailers when they came out, but I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't mind that they used rap instead of, one of the Hans Zimmer scores that he used in the first movie, or something that people are used to associating with Gladiator. I thought it was a fun and interesting way. I think that you should definitely go watch it, especially if you have no Thanksgiving plans or anything like that. It's a perfect film, and in all honesty, this year they're far and few between. I love Dune, obviously. I love The Wild Robot, and now the third one that I absolutely love is Gladiator 2. I think Denzel Washington does such a perfect job with his character. I don't want to spoil anything, but who's the villain in this story? Is it Pedro Pascal? Is it Denzel Washington's character? Is it the Emperors? Of course it's the Emperors. They look villainy in the trailer, and I'm sorry if you haven't seen the trailer or anything like this, but spoiler alert, I guess. The fighting scenes and the war scenes were really beautiful to watch, and I'm not even a war movie person. I genuinely do not enjoy war movies, but I feel like Ridley Scott just does it in such a beautiful way that I don't feel like I'm being dragged down with a lot of war things and battle and blood, and I'm not that I'm scared of blood. Is it historically accurate? God, no. I don't think a lot of things that they had in the movie were in the Roman times, but it's a film of a story set in a time, and it doesn't have to be fully accurate. Have any personal gripes with it being not historically accurate? Those who are going to Gladiator 2 to watch it for its historical accuracy, maybe not. Just go and watch it for the story and for the elements that you get from the Roman Empire and the times of back then, but don't go in there and thinking that it's going to be a perfect depiction of the Roman times. I think everyone tried and actually does an English accent for the film, in terms of a British English accent of the time, of this time, but Denzel Washington's American accent, I saw a lot of people ridicule that and laugh about it, but you know what, it's who cares, because they didn't speak English at all in Rome back then. So if you're gonna speak English, just speak English the way you want it to. And Denzel does such a brilliant job with how he does his accent in this movie. It's not a full American accent, but it's not an English accent either, so it's a middle thing that just works so well, and I absolutely love his character, and I hate his character too at the same time. But yeah, without spoiling it, it's very difficult to expand on everything in this film and why I absolutely loved it, but I'm really hopeful, and but I do really think that people who love the first movie will actually enjoy the second movie, and I think it pays homage to the first movie in such a beautiful way, but still making it a fresh story with fresh characters and reviving it in a way that works well within the universe that Ridley Scott has created with the first movie. It definitely touches on tyranny, it touches on politics, it touches on so many different things. They try and play around with democracy in some way without saying the word democracy, so that's really appreciated as well. Is it reflective of the current time? I don't know. It's your choice to see what you see in this film and learn what you learn and feel what you feel with this, but I genuinely thought it was an interesting, you know, fall and rise of empires and, you know, fall and rise of people and what they do and how they affect the world and the choices that they make and how you navigate the world as it is with its injustices and horrors that you have and what you make of what you're given. Yes, 100% there is like an element of the chosen one. All in all, I absolutely love this film. I think Ridley Scott does an amazing job. I am a fan of Ridley Scott and his work. Some of it is quite bombastic and I thoroughly still enjoy that too. I think he has his own flavour in the way he does things, and I always think like this is such a Ridley Scott thing. I can't particularly describe what it is, but it's just things that I'm aware that he commented on this in some way. But yeah, I absolutely love this movie and I think the cast was perfect. The music, the score, everything was amazing, and it's definitely one of the top 5 movies of the year. It's, I think, the second or third movie that I give this year a 5 out of 5, so that's my score. I had a great time with it, and it's nice to see something that's similar to what we had so many decades ago, I guess. It makes me feel so old saying Gladiator is decades old, because in my head I wasn't that like young or that old. Wait, I don't know how it works, but yes, in my head it's still, yes, like maybe 5 years or 10 years ago that we had Gladiator. But time is very fast, and with that we get a lot of fun films and a lot of things to enjoy, and I hear that them writing the script for the third film, so I'm hopeful that we'll get to enjoy something amazing like this again and seeing the continuation of the world of Gladiator and have a perfect trilogy. I hope Ridley Scott does do a perfect trilogy with this. So yeah, let me know if you guys go to see this and what you think of it. I'm sure, or at least I hope, you enjoy it as much as I do, and I like to hear whether it's good or bad. I'll try not to be away for as long, and I'll try and review movies that I see that aren't just press screenings. But yeah, life has been very, very busy. Till next time, guys.